What's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. Y'all, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, June the 14th, 2022. And not only is it time for the headlines, but it's going to be a hot one today. So come on in the room, people. Let us know you're in here. We understand that some people may not have electricity. Some of us went through some serious storms last night. Winds were up to 70 miles per hour here in Central Ohio. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? So let me know that you're here. Just put something in the chat and make sure you share. Make sure you share. But come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. What's up? I see you. I see you, Pastor Annette. What's up? I see you, Jeffrey Allen James, Rosanna Bivens. What's up, Sandra Rogers? What's up? I see Tracy Newmy. I see Deborah Sneed. I see Camille Jones. Good morning. What's up, Ron Robinson? What's up with you, brother? I've been missing you the past couple of days. But y'all, it was a wet one, stormy one, windy one in Central Ohio last night. Not only that, I see you, Diane Ladybug. Excuse me, y'all. Not only that, it's gonna be a hot one today. That's why the curly curls came out. I said I can't handle it. Y'all, I walked outside yesterday after News in Motion, and I said, if this is any indication of what hell is going to be like, let me get my life all the way right. What's up, Latrice Jones? And I hear it's going to be almost 20 degrees hotter today than it was yesterday. I'm like, what is going on? So yeah, y'all. Tell me what it's like. How are y'all living in this type of weather? It just on Saturday, wasn't it Saturday? We were like in the low, high 60s, low 70s. And Monday it was like, bam, what's up? I see you, Rosanna Bivens. She's our electric went off at 11:30 p.m. and came back on at 6:50. I was a little concerned this morning when it came to News in Motion. I said, oh, is it going to be up? I see you, Deborah Johnson. Adrian, she said lightning was clapping last night. Listen, lightning was clapping, dancing, jumping, running around, saying, boo, I'm here. It was just everywhere. Yeah, Latrice Jones, get your life right. Yes, for sure. I seriously, y'all, I walked outside yesterday and I couldn't breathe. I said, wait, what happened? I mean, it was instant heat. I was like, my word. Then I got in the car and the car registered at 100 degrees. I said, what is going on? I see you, Dana Mosley, Sardinia, Stephanie Burbridge. Huh, what's up, sister? Marion Jackson, Fred Jones, what's up? What's up? Y'all, we got some news, but let me go to the intro first. Anyway, y'all, today is Tuesday, June the 14th. Whether you're listening by audio or watching live, we are just so grateful that you've allowed us to come hang out with you this morning. I got a surprise. Kenny coming back on here this morning. We're gonna do some dialogue because I watched the game last night and I was like, what have I been missing? It was all the way live. And then we got to talk about these hearings. Oh man, we got to talk about these hearings. Fred Jones says, I'll take this weather over winter weather any day. I won't. We do not agree in that. All right, y'all, let's go to the intro. Be right back. Yeah, y'all. Curly came out today. I was like, I don't even like it like this, but it's like, it's just gonna go like this anyway when I go outside. So whatever. All right, bring Kenny on in the room, Isaiah. Bring Kenny on in the room. Let's chit chat for a moment. What's up, Kenny?
What's happening?
Game over.
How's it going? How's everybody doing this morning?
Hey, we good. Listen, Kenny, I know I asked you at the last minute to jump on here with me today. We're just going to have a little bit of banter, and then I'm going to go into the rest of the news. But Kenny, now you've given us the reports, but for some reason, I did not connect with how amazing the game was going to be last night. I'm going to tell you really how I found out. I was watching, not Steve Colbert, that other dude. who came on right before the game on ABC6. Jimmy Kimmel. And I was like laughing and saying, what is going on? And then it ended up going into the game. And so I was watching it and I said, wait, what? I've been missing this kind of action. So talk about it.
Man, it was great last night. Everybody thought it was going to be Steph Curry who went off. Well, it wasn't Steph.
It wasn't
that egg on Andrew Wiggins, the human pogo stick. He showed why he was a number one pick by Cleveland 5 years ago. I'm surprised. Well, Cleveland let him go because LeBron didn't want to play with him. LeBron wanted veterans, but I don't think Cleveland should have let him go. Andrew Wiggins is that guy.
Listen, when they were, because at one point I remember it being like 4-18, and I was like, what is happening? I was like, they were just shooting. They were calling, then the Celtics were calling timeouts, and they was coming back, blowing up on them again. I was like, I've been missing this action.
You missed all of it. You missed all of it.
So who won? Like, give us some highlights.
Okay,
I believe the Golden Warriors won. Is that correct?
Golden State won. But they was up 16, and then Boston went on a tear in the third quarter, and Boston got a 6-point lead. They came all the way back, took a 6-point lead, and then it fell apart like they forgot how to play basketball. Everything they was doing to get the lead, they stopped doing it. And
Kenny, I'm going to have to mess with you a minute. I'm going to have to mess with you a minute. And y'all watching this, and I see y'all coming in here. Jeffrey, Allen James, I don't want to hear about no $100 degree index. What's up, Kim Edmondson? Stephanie said I can wear that. Thank you. Thank you, Latrice, for sharing it. Good morning, Pastor Alex and Cassandra and Hester and Hazel. But now, Kenny, I got to ask you this. You got real excited there. And then you kind of like brought it back in. Boy, Freeberg, go ahead and get excited. Tell Kelly, go ahead and get excited over there. Come on, because you was like, they was up. They came back. Talk about it.
Well, the comeback was amazing. I mean, Jaylen Brown got the hitting from everywhere. Tatum was hitting from everywhere. I said, Boston getting ready to steal one in Golden State. And then the third quarter came to an end, and Jordan Poole hit a three-pointer at the buzzer. I said, they in trouble. They in trouble. And he hit that three-pointer, and they went up by one. I said, game over. Golden State said, not in my house. Not in my house, you're not getting a win.
But do you normally see, because these are some questions I have before I go into the hearings and today's news, but do you normally see when it gets down to the finals like this, that it's back and forth? Have you ever seen it where it's been 4-0, or has it always been intense in these 7 games?
My Philadelphia 76ers, yeah, they basically swept the Lakers. But it was a gentleman's sweep, but it was 5-1. I seen Chicago run through everybody for 6 straight championships almost. There was a few teams that you wasn't touching. There's a few teams that you just wasn't touching. Detroit wasn't going to get touched. The Lakers, Showtime Lakers wasn't going to get touched when they was winning.
Okay.
Boston Celtics, when they was winning, they wasn't getting touched. So there's a few teams out there you wasn't messing with. But right now, these boys is balling. They balling out of control.
Listen, Latrice said you can't turn the ball over against Golden State and expect to win.
And that's their problem. They keep turning the ball over.
Okay.
They keep turning it over, and then they try to shoot 3-pointers with Golden State. Golden State is the 3-point shooting machine. You can't do that with them.
Can't do that. Okay, so I have questions. Now, I was all the way in last night. I was like, what?
I couldn't believe you was watching. I said, she watching it? Yeah, she watching it.
And it was by mistake, but I'm so glad I did. And I got really into it, right? I got into it. Now, I don't have a favorite team at all, but what's happening there. But I did get straight into it. But here's my question. Good morning, Danielle. Here's my question. How do people either love or hate basketball? Now, I haven't been interested in it all season, but when that came on, I was all the way in just to watch the excitement and everything that was happening. How does one become into sports, whatever the sport may be?
You just become a fan. I guess it's a growing up thing. You just become a fan. Everybody keep telling me you live in Ohio. how you don't like Cleveland or Cincinnati. I don't. Back in the day, nobody came on TV but Pittsburgh, Dallas, Minnesota, the Raiders. You had to choose. Nobody was on TV. Cleveland and Cincinnati couldn't win a game. Only time you seen Cleveland and Cincinnati is when they played each other. Other than that, you watched who was on the TV. And for a long time, I was teetering between Pittsburgh and Dallas. And Pittsburgh lost. Sorry, Latrice. But that's just the way it goes. Pittsburgh lost. I'm a Dallas fan.
Yeah. And I think with Ohio, let's be fair though, with Ohio, although we have NBA teams and MLB teams and NFL teams, although we have them, we for some reason it's like the Ohio State Buckeyes on Ohio.
That's just it. I tell everybody when it comes to professional football in Ohio State is it. After Saturday, I don't care what happens. I don't. I'm a Buckeye fan, and after Saturday, I don't care.
So what is your love for sports? I know we got to go, but what is your love for sports? Because I love what you're doing. And by the way, I loved your excitement today. So tell us, what is your love for sports and why do you like doing this?
I like the action, and I don't care what sport it is. Soccer, hockey. Believe it or not, I'm just a sports guy. I've even watched cricket. And they were like, how do you watch cricket? It's the closest thing to baseball you can get sometimes. So, so that's just it. I like cricket. I'm a big track fan. You know, I ran track at East High School 1 year, and Coach Steele and Coach Smith and them killed me. I said, that's it. You're not going to get me again. But, yeah, it's just excitement. It's competition, and you get to know everybody.
Well, I love what you do, and I do love the excitement. And I said, I see why Kenny get worked up. And Kenny, you was blowing up Facebook, by the way.
Right.
I was like, you just have to follow Kenny to know what's going on. You don't have to watch the game at all.
Right. Because you see stuff like I put a post up yesterday. Draymond Green and Marcus Smart have to be the two dumbest players on the court last night. Boston was winning the game. Marcus Smart, not only does he get a technical foul, Golden State goes down, shoot the free throw, that puts him within 2. Then he turns around and gets an offensive foul right after that. I'm like, what is wrong with him? And then Golden State has the lead. They up 10, and Draymond's trying to get a technical foul. I said they got to be the two dumbest players on the court. You up 10. What are you doing? They called a timeout. Just go to the bench and sit down and come back out and play. Well, he came back out for about 2 minutes, and he fouled out. Draymond, come on, man. Stop. You see dumb stuff. And then you see the refs and their bias sometimes. And I'm like, man, just let the boys. Let's let them play. Stop calling the tick-tack fouls. Let them play.
I love it. Thank you. And thank you for jumping on here with me this morning.
Thank you. I'm glad to do it.
Hey, we'll see you tomorrow too. I said, we'll see you tomorrow too. So
I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Thank you.
All right. See y'all.
All right, y'all. I see y'all going at it in here. Good morning, Tracy Birds. Good morning, Dr. Antoinette. Good morning, Kimberly Walton Graves. Good morning. All right, y'all. So, yeah, I did watch the game last night, but the storm came. And I mean, it was a storm. But let's go recap over the hearings from yesterday. It was segment 2, episode 2, whatever you want to call it, part 2. It just happened yesterday. One thing that the select committee gave it in an exhibit was that with Donald Trump, and I'm using his name on purpose, there were 62 cases. 9 states and D.C. are the sites of the case filings between November the 4th, 2020 and January the 6th, 2021. 61 losses and 1 win. 22 judges appointed by Republican presidents oversaw the cases. 10 Trump appointee judges, and all three Trump appointed Supreme Court justices rejected the fraud claims. And I think that was very important that they brought that up. Now, the hearings yesterday were delayed by 46 minutes due to breaking news that what's his name? Bill Stephan was supposed to testify but had to pull out last minute because he and his wife his wife went into labor. So many people were saying, is that true? Is that true? Or this, that, and the other. I'm like, I just show me a baby, just show me a baby. But really, his testimony, his video testimony was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, there were two panels. The panel primarily focused on efforts by former aides and allies of former Donald J. Trump, who say they attempted to disprove theories of widespread fraud in the aftermath of the 2020 election. And boy, did they do that. Yes, Dr. Antoinette, receipts. There were so many receipts. You cannot ignore what we're seeing here at all. Now, the live testimony was provided by former Fox News editor Chris Starwalk. He was the one, if you remember, he made the early call on Arizona results during the election, and then he got fired because he made that call. Now, he was so animated yesterday. He was absolutely animated yesterday. He got real into it. I felt like, and I'm going to just say this, and those of you who may have watched it or watched the replay, you can weigh in on this as well. At one point, I was sitting back, I said, listen, he's saying to himself, y'all fired me. That was a mistake. And I'm going to just let it all hang out. And he pretty much did. So they asked him about him calling the election. And they went on to say, normally you're talking about hundreds of votes, maybe 300 votes that are going to change in a recount, he said. And so they're going to say, so the idea that through any normal process in any of these states, remember, he had to do this 3 times, right? He needed 3 of these states to change. He goes on to say, in order to do that, now this is a direct quote, in order to do that, I mean, you're an infinite. You're better off to play the Powerball. And people had to chuckle behind that. I was like, this dude is turning up. He don't care. He's like, I'm here to tell you. So y'all, what happened? The panel of the 3 Republican attorneys was absolutely amazing. That was powerful. That came out really clear. There's just a lot here. Now, I do want to get to this piece here. During the January 6th Select Committee second public hearing, aides of former President Trump and top government officials testified that Trump was detached from reality. Listen, y'all, Bill Barr, former AG Bill Barr, he's probably the best witness they have. Now, all of them great, but he's breaking it down. He's very clear. Now, I was watching his one attorney that would be to the right of him, where he had his hand covering his mouth. A couple of times I noticed in those videos, that attorney would lean in to Bill Barr, but Bill Barr would like lean away from him like, you're not going to shut me up today. And I was watching that and I said, he has to be sending him a signal through that hand. That's why he's keeping his hand over his mouth. And Bill Barr every now and then would look back at him and be like, whatever. And he would just keep on talking. Bill Barr has a lot to say, y'all. He has a lot to say and I can't wait. And, Representative Schiff said that they are bringing out the congressmen and women who were asking for pardons. And if you ask me, if you're asking for a pardon, you've done something wrong. Something ain't right there. Something's not right. Now, here's the other thing that I thought was very interesting was at the end. They played this so well. At the end, when they started putting up the emails and the letters they were sending out after the election has been called and after even his own people said there was zero fraud. Even that one testified when they said, well, were there 8,000 Native Americans who died, who voted? And he replied back and said, there were not 8,000. He said, there weren't even 8. And then he said, but yet through that tweet, he said, when Donald Trump tweeted about me and my life and saying that I was lying and whatever the tweet said, and I don't have it in front of me, so I don't want to misquote it. He said, my family, my children started receiving death threats. And I think that's horrible. That's horrible. And you could tell he was getting extremely emotional to tell that story about the threats. He said they came after my wife, my children, my family members, the address where I live, where they go to school, all of that. Y'all, that's horrible. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. But as they're telling showing these letters, the letters are up on the widescreen, and the letters reveal that the Trump campaign officials raised more than 250 million in donations following that election in order to pursue claims of fraud, but everything had already been debunked. They had already gone through the 62 court cases. They had no reason. So the question is that I have on the floor today, and I want you all to respond. If you're listening by audio, please join the chat when you get situated, not while you're driving. But I want to ask this question. Do they owe the American people who gave to that fund their money back? Because where's the money? Where did it go? And I think it was several people. I think Ari was one of them from MSNBC that said this is like he's a grifter. He's grifting people. That's what he's doing. And so my question is, should people stand up and demand their money back? Should they demand their money back? Kim Edmondson says Barr basically said the former guy was delusional. Basically that's what he said without saying delusional. What's up, Dana? Did y'all see the wink he gave when they dismissed him? Listen, it was crazy. You talking about the Fox News? The Fox News dude was so animated. I loved every moment of it. Yes, Kenny Stanley, children are off limits. Pastor Annette says, heck yeah, give it back. Dr. Antoinette says, singing for the love of money. Listen, Marion said, absolutely, they owe them their money back. Because it's like, where is it right now? And here's my other question, y'all, because I'm looking at this and I'm going through old notes and going through old articles. Trump University was closed because that was false. The charities you claimed y'all gave money to, the judge said y'all didn't. So you had to deal with that. Why would you continue to do something? Which means, and I'm going to make this statement, and I don't mean anything by being prejudiced at all. I just want to make this statement. White collar crime is interesting to me. Because you can keep doing the same things, go to court, get a slap on your hand, come back and do it again. Help me understand that. But yet a black person who was selling joints or weed, I call them joints back in the day, joints, weed or whatever, they go to jail for life, forever. Are we going to get them out? What about people who may have avoided taxes for whatever reason? Shoot, black people and certain people, they thrown in jail for life. This white collar crime, okay, yeah, I'll pay when I can. You gonna give me a lower sentence? What? I'm just tripping now. Trump's judge, I can't think of his name. The last guy they showed, when he said, I only want you to have 2 words come out your mouth. He was cool. He basically was saying, I'm with you, but when it starts getting real illegal, I'm not doing this with you. I got to cut ties with you. And I'm saying real illegal, although it's all been illegal in my eyes. He at a point, he's like, this is my stopping point. I want only 2 words to come out your mouth from this point over. Smooth transition. He was like, I'm done. And he was done. He was out. He walked away. He's like, I'm not in this anymore. And I think it's just so interesting how all of this is unfolding. Pastor Alex said, no, that's the price for being ignorant. Jeffrey Allen James said, absolutely. He robbed the people. He took most of the money for himself. He did. And I want to go back to Pastor Alex just for a moment. He said, no, that's the price for being ignorant. I'm starting to think, and Fox News ran it yesterday. I think they probably was like, this looks bad that we didn't run this. So they ran it yesterday. And they're saying on people on Twitter, and I've been there looking at the hashtag JAN6 committee. People are coming out saying, I want my money. People are coming back saying, I didn't know all this was happening. People are coming out saying all kinds of, there's like hundreds, if not thousands, of comments on Twitter where people are saying, I had no idea, or I was bamboozled, or I really believed the big lie. I didn't know all these things were happening. And that's what's happened when you watch news that is more propaganda than factual. Find that trusted news source, that trusted reporter, those trusted freelance writers who have no stake in the game. Follow them. Hear what they have to say. Dr. Oliver, what's up, girl? I'm so glad that Ohio is treating you well with all the work that you're doing. And I know you live in Virginia, so I'm glad to hear that Ohio is treating you well. She says, pay the money back. Dana Mosley says, it's gone from the big lie to the big ripoff. It really has. Davia says they won't even request their money. The former guy followers are like a religion. They really are. Did you hear the one guy in the video? He was up against the wall. He had one of those like I don't know, scarves that went up as his mask. He said, whatever it takes, if I die, I die. I'm thinking, are y'all serious right now? You really feel that way? Alex says, Gail, you always tell us to do our own research. I do. I want y'all to check it out for yourself. And the reason why, if I can answer that a little bit, y'all can see I'm really excited. Look, I was up half the night with the storms, and I'm so pumped. But what was really interesting to me, when I go through stuff, I see so much, and there's no way I can report it here in the time that we have. We've been on here all day. Is that I want y'all to go read this for yourself. Because to me, to some degree, it's fascinating. It's like, how can this happen? Where did this come from? Y'all, even the $640 million that Ivanka and Jared Kushner made while in the White House, that's fascinating to me. It's like, what did you do? And how did you make this happen? And why didn't anybody call anybody on this? Where's democracy and where are we going with this? And I get so into it, Pastor Alex, that I want all of y'all to see the same things I'm seeing. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much out here. Ron Robinson says they were hanging on that man's every word and ready to send him money. Sorry, but not sorry for your loss. There's that. Look, thoughts and prayers, right? Y'all are in here today. Kim Edmondson says Gail Dudley and Lester Holt. Oh, you put me up to Lester Holt. That's a serious compliment. Are the only two newscasters I watch. Wow, thank you. Don't have me crying this morning. Dr. Antoinette said Cox never want you to read info from outside sources. They don't. And I think that's so unheard of. So y'all, tomorrow at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern, you will have hearings. And then Thursday, June the 16th, you have 10 Pacific, that's 1 Eastern, right? I can't count today. 3 hours different. So Thursday, I think is afternoon. I think it starts at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, Wednesday, June the 15th, it is at 10 a.m. again. I had to alter my snacks. Now, I will say, I really want them to take it back to prime time. There was just something with prime time. Now, I ended up having my snacks. I went to Starbucks and got me a Starbucks drink. And then I had, what did I have? I had a mimosa. And then I had some, I think I had some turkey bacon or something. I don't know. It wasn't fun. But it was shocking because I was listening to them and I was like, wow, this is really happening right now in America. All right, y'all, get out the vote primary. We have today is June the 14th. There are 4 states that are going to the ballots today for primary, and that's Maine, Nevada, North Dakota, and South Carolina. I need the 4 of y'all to get there. Yeah, but if you did not early vote, please get there today. I believe all of the polling locations are open until, don't quote me, I think it's 8 p.m., but check for yourself to make sure. Again, that's Maine, that's Nevada, that's North Dakota, and that's South Carolina. Isaiah, if you see something there that says ballotpedia.org, please put that up. And if anybody wants to type that in the chat, please do so, www.ballotpedia.org. Go there, check out a sample ballot for your location so that you can take that in, so that you can have some framework of who you're voting for. And by now, they're starting to put out if they were maybe a quiet person with the insurrection that was happening. Look for that. All right, y'all, in Ohio, with everything that's going on, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine signs law allowing school staff to carry guns after completing 24 hours of training. Law also requires an additional 8 hours of annual training. Now, there are critics that are out there. In a joint statement, two Ohio teacher associations called it dangerous and irresponsible. And the Fraternal Order of Police said 24 hours is not enough training to carry a firearm. The bill was debated for more than a year. That's what they said on the House floor, where 360 plus speakers opposed it and 20 people spoke in favor. You have 360 plus that opposed it, but 20 spoke in favor, and you passed it and you signed it. There's something wrong with that. All right, y'all, prayers up for Fani Willis. She is the Fulton County District Attorney in Georgia. This is coming from The Root. And it's out there. It's out there. You can go to the Atlanta Journal-Constitute. You can go to USA Today. You can go to Politico and other articles to see this for yourself. She has been receiving threats and backlash due to her 56-count indictment against Young Thug Gunna and members of Young Stoner Life Imprint, YSL. Now, and her creation of special grand jury to investigate the efforts of former President Donald Trump and his attempt to hijack Georgia's 2020 election results. That came from a direct quote from The Root. Now, Fani Willis is saying she wants to make it clear that the threats are not coming directly from anyone within the YSL, but from their fans. And they are sending and issuing some crazy threats. And then she said the other threats are not coming from the Trump family, but they're coming from supporters like the Patriot Front and Proud Boys and others who are coming. And y'all, this is serious. They want to continue to issue threats. If you've been following what happened with the 31 Patriot Fronts that were in the U-Haul in Idaho, the arresting officers, and it's out there, just read it. The arresting officers are now receiving death threats, and their family members, for busting up the U-Haul and what they had been planning to do. This is a sick, sick world that we're living in, and I'm afraid it's only going to get worse. While I was watching the news yesterday, I see a news break for a Sheraton Hotel in downtown Columbus. They had to evacuate because some man, I guess, had barricaded himself in the hotel room, was about to blow up everything. I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? And what do we need to do? And how do we need to pray to begin to see something different? Yes, it passed, Kim Edmondson. It passed. He signed it into law on yesterday. Yes, Davey, I'm with you. I'm so disappointed in Governor DeWine. He's really gone downhill since, 2020? Yeah, 2020, whatever year it was when we all got shut down. I done lost a year, y'all. He was doing well, but he has gone downhill. Donita, what's up? DeWine wants teachers to do what those trained to protect and serve won't do. Just crazy and irresponsible. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. All right, y'all. I want to tell you give you some news from outside our country, from Council on Foreign Affairs. In Afghanistan, American man who spent months in the Taliban custody helped negotiate the release of an American woman who was detained by the Taliban in May. And Axios has an amazing article on that. You should check that out. Also, legal challenges could delay UK plans to send asylum seekers to Rwanda. Ongoing lawsuits by a group of charities could delay the first asylum seekers being sent to Rwanda under the United Kingdom's new policy. That's happening also from Argentina. Argentine authorities seize a Venezuelan registered airplane with 5 Iranian passengers aboard after it was red flagged by the United States. So although we're focusing here on the United States, y'all, let's not ignore what's happening all around us. Russia is still taking territory from Ukraine, but Ukraine is not giving up. Them fighters are there to fight, and they want to take back what belongs to them. So that too is happening. Allergies, y'all. If you haven't already heard, COVID testing in order to return to the U.S. has been dropped as of 12 6:01 a.m. on Sunday morning. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention said that it has now lifted that requirement. So now you can travel out and come back and not have to worry about taking that test to get back in the United States. Now, they are saying if at any point they see numbers on the rise, they have the right to put that policy back in place. Now, international travelers to the United States will still be required to be fully vaccinated before entering in. Y'all, BBC News reports, I told you we got a lot. Actor Kevin Spacey, this one really hurts my heart, has been charged with 4 counts of sexual assault against 3 men, the Metropolitan Police have confirmed. The 62-year-old has also been charged with causing a person to engage in sexual activity without consent. So that is happening. The charges follow a review of evidence gathered by the Metropolitan Police. Now, he has been charged with 2 counts of sexual assault on a man now in his 40s in London, and that was in March 2005. He has also been charged with 1 count of sexual assault and 1 count of causing a person to engage who is now in his 30s, and that was in August 2008 in London. It's just sad. It's just really sad. It's just sad. Y'all, I know that's a lot of news. So for those of you who are looking for something different, I guess people don't have time to mix drinks anymore. So they're just going to put it in a can. Isaiah, put that picture up, please. Y'all, CNBC reports Jack and Coke in a can. Y'all, Coca-Cola has teamed up with Jack Daniel's distiller Brown-Forman to make a Jack and Coke cocktail in a can. It marks the 4th new alcoholic drink in Coke's portfolio in less than 2 years, but the first pairing for his namesake soda. The Atlanta-based beverage giant has already partnered with Molson Coors Beverage on Topo Hard Seltzer and Simply Spiked Lemonade, all this stuff, y'all, which launched this month, and Constellation Brands on Fesca mixed cocktails. Boom, there it is. So if you just can't handle it, just get you a rum and Coke in a can. I'm not doing it. I'm going around to Davia's house and say, can you mix me up something? All right, y'all, the inspirational message. Davia said, yeah, I'm with you, Davia. I was like, who would do this? Who would do this? All right, y'all. Not that, and they're also Ron Robinson making it with Coke Zero too. So yeah, so if you're trying to watch some calories, they are making it with Coke Zero as well. All right, y'all. Y'all may say, is she really going to give an inspirational message after Jack and Coke? Yep. Because the inspirational message, I believe, tops Jack and Coke in a can any day. And the inspirational message today is, if God. Y'all, Romans 8:31-32 says, what then shall we say in response to all these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for all of us, how will he not also, along with him, graciously give us all things? Listen. If y'all don't hear nothing else, what can we say in response to all of these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? And that's the life that I'm living. Yesterday, we got so many messages from the post that I made and the comment I made about stop seeking validation from other people. Listen, if God be for you, who can be against you? At some point, we have to get to the place where we are not allowing other people to dictate or to determine our day. You haven't been invited to whatever they're doing, so what? They're not cheering you on for what you're doing, so what? It should not weigh either way. It should be about what's bringing you joy, love, and happiness. I get it. We all need that somebody or desire that somebody to cheer for us and to lift us up and to get us over the hump or to support us in any way, shape, or form. We all want to hear that person. But here's the best thing that any of us should want to hear. And that's that day when God says to you and me, well done, thy good and faithful servant. well done. That's what I'm focused on. And that's what I'm asking you to be focused on as well. Yes, there's days that we weep. Yes, there's days that we cry. Yes, there are days we just want to stay in bed. Yes, there are days we don't want to talk to anybody. Yes, all of those days and all of those things are true. I get it. 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 Yeah. What's up, Katrina? But listen to me. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen to me, y'all. At some point, you have to get still and say, okay, God, what is it that you have for me? And help me to block out all the other noise, all the other people, whether they're cheering me on or not. God, help me block it out because I want to be in alignment with what you have for me, which means I need to be still and to know that God is God. Now, if God told us already what things were going to look like, and we say we believe him, and I do, that's the book we need to go to, open it up, and find the life prescription as how and when and who we need to listen to. Yes, Kim Neal, Lord, help us today. That's my prayer. That's my prayer. How much time have we wasted? Have we wasted waiting for someone to co-sign what it is that God has already given us instructions to do? Today, I decree and declare that the waiting is over. I decree and declare that those chains that have been holding you back are broken. I decree and declare that you face your fears, your anxiety, and step out on faith. And if you need someone to talk to and they got a long wait list, contact a therapist and get on their schedule. Seriously. Because they really don't have anything. They have no stake in the action that you're doing. They're there to do their job. So if you need somebody to talk to one of them. Y'all, believe it or not, friends and family may not be able to connect to or understand what it is you're doing. And even with that, you have to find enough joy and hope on the inside of you to continue the path that God has placed you on to do the miraculous, because he's going to do the miraculous through you. Y'all, there are people who are waiting for you to rise up and to take your place and to do the assignment that God has given specifically for you. Specifically for you. And I always use a transparent moment to share these things with you, not for me, but for you, because I believe that God gives us the testimony, not for ourselves, but for someone else. On June the 22nd, you all know that this will be 2 years on News in Motion. June 22nd. No different than when my daughter and I launched Ready Magazine. People thought it was going to be some paperback, some little something. People were shocked when it was saddle stitched, when it was glued down the side, when it hit 40 countries and everything. And by the way, it's coming back. It's coming back. The issue will come out on September the 1st. And we got some amazing writers that's going to be in this magazine. We are so excited, even how it came back. And my daughter has said to me many times, Mom, now that you have News in Motion, Ready is in a different position. So that's why you're seeing the response that you're seeing, bringing the magazine back. And I should not say it's coming back. It's coming back for a special issue. And we'll go from there as to what it is. June 22nd, we will be celebrating 2 years right here on News in Motion. 2 years. If I would have listened to the naysayers, or if I had been waiting for people to validate me, we wouldn't be on here now. We wouldn't. Y'all, people laugh at me. Girl, you only got about 34 live viewers. I see your report that you got 1 million to watch the replay, but are they watching the whole replay or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 60 seconds? I don't even entertain those questions or conversations because I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing what's bringing me life and joy and waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning and helping me research and study and see what's happening. See, I got with God. And I said, God, what do you have me to do? And what does that look like? And in doing that, this is the fruit of it. What does the word say? Do not despise small beginnings. Don't despise that. Don't despise that, because you never know what's coming. You don't know what's coming. So that's my story. What's your story? And let me tell you this about that too. The reason I have grown to be so transparent the way that I am, because I've learned that your testimony makes room for other things to happen. And when you put it out there, you kind of like mess up everybody else who has a story to tell, because you'll be able to say, well, no, I heard Gail say this. She said it herself. She said it wasn't doing all great, but she keeps doing it because she has the joy of the Lord that helps her to continue to do it. Seriously. Why do I promote people here? Because I've been there. I've been there, and I genuinely want to see you soar. I will support Diane Ladybug every day of her life. I want y'all to buy her book, The Morning Message. First of all, it's deliverance, it's powerful, and you're supporting a Black female-owned business and writer. Why do I tell you about Davia Williams Stevenson? Because first of all, the chick is thebomb.com. Okay, I haven't even known her that long. 3 years, maybe 4 years, but her work speaks for itself. Her work is golden. Her work needs to be on the Grammys or the Academies or whatever. I sit back and I watched her latest download. And I watched that thing with tears. Like, look at this girl shine. I'm so excited. I tell everybody, download this if you want to really see it. Forget Oprah. Y'all need to see Davia. That's who you need to see. Latrice in the jewelry. Y'all, Latrice isn't just selling paparazzi jewelry. No. She has a story. She has a testimony. She has what I call consulting. She's helping people find the right pieces to go with their facial expression, their clothing, what they're doing. Y'all, she has a ministry behind that. And then don't forget her autistic nonprofit. Don't forget that. The reason I promote Kim Edmondson, because the girl knows what she's talking about when it comes to wealth building. See, y'all, we have to start promoting these names and getting these names out here. The reason I can talk about Ron Robinson, first of all, I knew Ron Robinson back when, right, Ron? Him and Holly. But to look at his mentoring and what he's doing and how he's speaking life into men's lives and little boys' lives is fascinating. It is it's just amazing. Kenny Stanley, Pastor Alex, Jeffrey Allen James. I can go on and on and on about all of you. Y'all listen, if one person is saying, go, 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 that's all you really need to keep going. You have to give up that energy from watching and singing what all the naysayers are doing. Let that stuff go. I almost said something right there, but I'm doing an inspirational message. Let that go. Let that go. My assignment for you today, I gave you an assignment yesterday. My assignment for you today is to breathe life into your own desires. God has already breathed life to you. You don't need to ask God to breathe anything on anything. He's already said it is so, it is done, let it be. He's already given you the authority, all of that. Don't believe me? Go to John 12:14. You'll see it right there. John 14:12. You'll see it right there. It talks about we have the authority. So take that authority and breathe life. Breathe life. Breathe life into what God has already destined for you. Breathe life. Believe it or not, I wasn't trying to say all that, go all there and do all that, but it was in me to get out, and I kept trying to stop, and God said, no, I got some more stuff I want you to say, and that's about obedience too. That's about obedience. With that, we got work to do, y'all. We have work to do, y'all. We have work to do. You know what? People keep saying, what's the saying? You only have one life to live. And I saw a meme that said that's incorrect. It says you only die. The meme says you only live once. And the person says in the meme, that's incorrect. You only die once, you live every day. Hello, somebody. That right there set me on fire. And I don't know who to credit, but I didn't come up with it. But that's what they said. And when I saw that, I said, that's it. That's it right there. So take each day and live. Do one thing that you want to do each day. You know, we go for goals and do like, I'm going to do 10 goals this week or 20 goals. Do one and get that, then that expectation and be satisfied and go with that one. All right, y'all, I'm done. Y'all, I'm Gail Dudley. This has been News in Motion. Today is Tuesday, June the 14th. And get out to vote. Y'all go Maine, go Nevada, go North Carolina and South Carolina. It's the primaries. It's just as important as the midterms. You don't want to miss this because you may not see the person you want on the ballot in November if you don't go vote. So make sure you do that. All right, y'all, stay well. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.